Hello, children. Now, this is 10th standard, Unit 1, Advent of Europeans to India. This is a continuation. Till Second Carnatic War, I had explained you in the previous class. Now, I'll just recall Third Carnatic War. So, you know, Karnataka is in the eastern Tamil Nadu, eastern side of Tamil Nadu, and how it was captured. The English, how one by one they captured the region of eastern Tamil Nadu, is about Carnatic wars. So here it comes in the eastern side. So I would like to draw this portion. Right? So this region, okay, this region, how it was captured by the English, okay, till here, how, including Orissa, part of this portion, okay, not eastern, this side, okay, this region is Carnatic, that is eastern part of Tamil Nadu. And how they captured that one, like having wars with the respective Nizam and Nawabs, how they captured is like those wars were called for having control on this region by the Britishers, having war with the respective Nawabs and Nizams, and also this was rivalry, like they took the help of Nawabs and Nizam of this particular region, and then later on they used them indirectly to what to throw the French. Like this was a competition between the French and the English to claim to have control on this region. And these wars between what you call English and the French, taking the help of Nawabs of their respective. Nawabs means they were the king-like of that particular states, okay, small territories. They were the kings-like. So they were called as Nizam of Hyderabad and Nawabs of this region. So they use them indirectly, and what they like, they portrayed them like English portrayed French as their enemies, and the French portrayed English as their enemies. Who's this Nawabs and all? They used them, and then they had control over this region. So these wars between the French and the English, these wars are known as Carnatic wars. So this particular region was known as Carnatic. So already I told you how that first Carnatic war and about the second Carnatic war. Now I'll be explaining about third Carnatic war. Third Carnatic war. So here what happened? Count de Lally. Okay, he was from the French side. Count de Lally. He was a French, and Count de Lally tried to capture Wandiwash. Okay, Wandiwash. That time he wanted to seize this one, and which was already under the control of English people. So what happened? The English headed by Irkut. Okay, Irkut to capture it, French tried. Okay, French tried to capture this place. Which one was that one? Wandiwash. And that time, Irkut, he was a military general of English. Okay, he waged war with the French. Okay, so because of this region, when Count de Lally from a French person, when he wanted to capture Mondiwash, that time what happened? Irkut from English attacked the French army. Irkut with English army attacked French army, and that time the results of this war was that English defeated. Yeah, I'll write on other side. Okay. So results of this war. Results what happened here. The first one was that English defeated the French. And here they chased Irkut, attacked even Pondicherry also. Because of Vandiwash, they were fighting. And after, in between the fighting, Irkut also attacked Pondicherry. And also Pondicherry came into his custody. Whose custody? The English custody. So they captured Pondicherry. Now present it is known as Puducherry, Pondicherry, and Vandiwash. Then what happened here? County Lally, who was the head of the French who attacked the English people to besiege this Vandiwash, what happened? He went and hid, and then next Bussy was arrested. You know Bussy, he was stationed in this one Arcot, okay, to protect that empire of Anwaruddin. Okay, so sorry, yeah. So to protect this one, which place I will tell you this. Sorry. Yeah, he was stationed to protect Hyderabad. Okay, so that time what happened? Bussy was imprisoned, and County Lally went and hid. And next, what happened? But even though English captured Pondicherry, but because of the treaty which was signed because of that agreement, which is called as Treaty of Paris. Treaty of Paris, Pondicherry was returned to French by English. You got to know now? So once again, I'll explain you. Third Carnatic War. What happened? Count de Lally, who was the head of the French, what happened? He attacked Vandiwash, which he wanted to capture that place. So that time what happened? Irkut from the English side, he attacked and waged war. So both the army of French and English fought to capture Vandiwash. So while Irkut from the English side captured Vandiwash, he also captured Pondicherry, which was capital city of French. So when he captured that one, and in between what happened? Count de Lally, who went to attack, no, he went off, escaped, and he hid. Then next, he went for hiding. And next, Bussy, who was stationed to protect Hyderabad, okay, even he was imprisoned. And later on, what happened? Though the English had captured Vandiwash and Pondicherry, but they returned the capital of French to French themselves as per the Treaty of Paris. So this war was Treaty of Paris. Because of this one, Pondicherry was returned to the French. So what happened after these wars? Okay, after first Carnatic War, second Carnatic War, third Carnatic War, this region, that is the eastern side of Tamil Nadu, this particular whole from here to here, that one came under the control of the English people. Okay, that is British. Britishers are known as the English people. So this whole region came under the control of the Britishers. Next what happened? Here to Bihar and Bengal. Okay, and even Awadh, which is Bengal region and Bihar and next Awadh. Okay, these were the places. Now next they marched on to Bengal. And here Bengal, what happened was, yeah, yeah. Now, how the British came into to rule India? Now, completely they wanted to take India under their custody. So, in 1600, they started 31st December. What happened? Queen Elizabeth gave them the permission, royal charter, to go to the East India Company for trading. But after that, the purpose was for trading. But later on, because of their greediness and cunningness, what happened? They started having what their greediness of having colonies in India started. And slowly from here, they started capturing. You know, they had three presidencies, that is Mumbai, Kolkata, and Madras. Then they purchased three villages here in Bengal, and from there, by after having permission from Shah Jahan, Jahangir, what happened? They started trading in India. Then finally, they were the people who full for whole India. They had control. Okay, by the end of 18th century, full they had control over whole India. So after having control over this place, that is waging war with the French, three Carnatic wars and all, whole of this region came under the control of the English. Next, there I went on to Bengal. So here, Bengal, what happened? This particular place, what are the speciality of this particular region? See, there are three reasons. That is, this place, you know, naturally, it has lot of fertility, and also the water resource, you know, Ganga, Brahmaputra, and also it is a coastal place. They had inland transportation also very good. And of course, East India Company was established in this Bengal region, that is Calicut. And next, and also they had the what you call sea, you know, Bay of Bengal is there. So these for this natural whatever they had, the natural nature, okay, and the soil, everything gave, and this was for good transportation, cheap and good transportation they had for exporting and trading and all, and also inland transportation also was available for them. And one more thing is was that the soil over this region had a more fertility, and because of that, agriculture products and all were grown very well. So all these, what they were the positive, what you call positiveness for trading. So all this gave them positive effects for trading. This made, and of course, what happened at that time? What is Farooq Shiar? Okay, Farooq Shiar he was yeah. So here what happened? The at that time Mughal Emperor Farooq Siyar gave dastaks. That is, he gave dastaks. Dastaks are nothing but the permission for the East India Company officers for trading. Okay, East India Company was here. Okay, this particular place, that is in Calcutta. Okay, that company was here. See how nice about them, no? Having our name only and trading with ourselves only, and after that they had control all over India also. They kept our India name for the company only, and so nicely they came and had control over us. So next is Farooq CR, he gave dastaks. What do you mean by dastak? Dastak is the permission for trading which was given to East India Company. Like it was a limited, like for one dastak, this much trading they had to do. For some time it was done, and for that it was a permission, like to have trade for trading in India, and it was issued by Farooq Siyar, the Mughal emperor. So dastaks were issued, and in return of, suppose they were trading for some lakhs together, on that overall they had to pay tax to the government. Government means Farooq Siyar government, to our Indian government at that time, who was the emperor. They had to pay the tax to us. Okay, so on that, whatever trading will be done, on that they had to pay tax to our government, Indian government. Indian government in the sense it was under the emperor. To this treasury, they had to pay the tax. So one dastak, suppose they had trade 1 lakh. So on that 1 lakh, whatever the tax was fixed, that much they had to pay. So dastak is nothing but the permission to trade, and this was issued to the East India Company officers. To these people, they were trading. So these dastaks were issued. So what happened later on, these dastaks, instead of whatever the marginal was given, more than that, the officers started trading and misused these dastaks. Okay, they started misusing the dastaks. They did not pay tax and all. And because of that, what happened? Our bank, which was the treasury, that became empty, and we had to face lot of losses. And this was opposed by many Nawabs. They were Nawab of Murashid Ali, and and uh, Ali Vardi Khan. So these were opposed by these Nawabs. But even then, what happened? They did not listen anything. They started misusing this, and our Nawabs, Murashid Ali and Ali Vardi Khan, opposed it. But even then, this was continued. So what happened? Now, two battles took place here when they started opposing. Here two battles took place, which were a Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar. With these two battles, what happened? Battle is nothing but the fighting, okay, war. With these two wars, what happened? The whole of Bihar, Awadh, and Bengal, that is eastern side of India, came under the control of the Britishers. In both the wars, they were defeated, and later on, the Britishers had control over this part. So now, let me now we'll go to Battle of Plassey. So till here you understood, no children? That is Bengal. Here Bengal was what you call, it was a very naturally what you call, it had great fertility, and because of that lot of productivity was there, especially cotton and all. So that's why, and also we had good transportation over there. Many ports were located on this region, and here also Bay of Bengal, they could easily export whatever whatever they got from here, raw materials and all, they could easily export and get imported the produced one to this place and trade over here. And of course, the East India Company was established during Jahangir time here. Okay, so that's why that place got what you call, they wanted to capture it. And after coming from here, they went to Bengal, and the situation over here was Farooq Siyar, the Mughal at that time, gave dastaks to the East India Company officers to trade for trading purpose, and in fact, whatever they traded, on that they had to pay tax to our Indian government at that time. So what happened later on, these officers started misusing the dastaks. They did not pay tax, and because of this, what happened? Bankrupt. That is, our treasury became empty, and we had to face a lot of losses because of this one. Okay. So that time, what happened? Anwaruddin and Murshid Ali Khan. Okay. The Nawabs opposed this one, but even then they did not come. They continued to do this. And because of that, what happened? We'll go to this battle took place, that is Battle of Plassey. That is to climb Bengal. Okay, it was in Bengal. So here what happened? Sirajud-Dowla. I told you that time, no? What? Murshid Ali Khan and Alivardi Khan, they were opposing. Alivardi Khan, who was Nawab of Bengal, his grandson, after his death, Alivardi Khan's death, what happened? His grandson, his name was Sirajud-Dowla. What was his name? Sirajud-Dowla. Okay, he was grandson of Ali Vardi Khan. Ali Vardi Khan, he became the Nawab of Bengal in 1756. In 1756, Sirajud-Dowla, grandson of Ali Vardi Khan, after his death, became the Nawab of, he became Nawab of Bengal. Okay. So he became Nawab of Bengal, right? So who became Sirajud-Dowla, grandson of Ali Vardi Khan in 1756? He of Nawab of Bengal, right? Don't get confused. So he became Nawab of Bengal in 1756. Afterwards, what happened? When he came to know about this, what was, they were misusing the dastaks and all. So that time what happened? Because of three reasons, this battle of Plassey took place. What were these three reasons? First one was the misuse of dastaks. The misuse of dastaks. Misuse of dastaks. So dastaks were misused. As I told you, the bank and all the treasury of the government became empty. So this was the first reason. What was that? Misuse of dastaks were happening in East India Company by the officers of the Britishers. Next one was mending of fort. Mending of fort. So here what happened? Calcutta fort, which was there in Bengal, what happened? This fort, they started storing cannons. Cannons are the one which will be for wars and all, you will be storing that bombs like no, and then firing it. So that one, they started storing in that fort. Fort andre no, it's like a gate and big like, and store rooms will be there. Many rooms will be there in the fort, like which is like compound wall only, but full in that rooms will be there. So in that fort, what happened? British people, without the permission of Nawab Sirajuddaulah, they started storing cannons and all. And also, what happened? They started repairing that fort without his permission. So that time what happened? He was enraged by this. Who? Sirajuddaulah. He got angry. And then what happened? He ordered for removing the cannons. So that also they didn't do it. The Britishers did not obey the orders of Sirajuddaulah. So that one also was the second reason. Okay. Next, the third one was like black room tragedy. Black room tragedy. What is this black room tragedy? What happened? Here, Sirajuddaulah, what happened? Because they did not obey his orders to remove the cannons and all, what he did, he imprisoned 146 English men. Okay, 146 English men were put into one black room. Okay, very dark room. They were put into the dark room, 166, and that room was very small one. So these 146 Englishmen were dumped inside. And because of suffocation, what happened? Nearly 126 people died in that one. So English people died. So this enraged the English to go and have war with Sirajuddaulah. When 146 people were in they were prisoned inside one, they were put into one dark room, which was very congested, very small room. And because of suffocation, when this 126 men died, that made angry the English people. So here what happened? Irkud, what he did, he thought of very cunning plan, and he took the locals of Bengal who were very rich merchants like Manikchand and all. So what happened? Many were there, all the merchants. One among them was Manikchand and others were there. So that Bengal, who were the merchants, rich merchants means what? Merchants were the businessmen, okay? A lot of rich, very rich people they were, and doing in a very high business and all. So taking their help, what happened? He took their help also, and also to what you call to support the English people. And also what happened? Excuse me. And also what happened? Mir Jafar. Mir Jafar. Okay. He took help of took help of rich merchants and Mir Jafar. Okay, Mir Jafar was military general of Sirajuddaulah. He was military general in Sirajuddaulah regime. Okay, who was he? Mir Jafar. He was the person who was a military general in Sirajuddaullah's army. So what happened? He took the help of rich merchants, the local rich merchants in Bengal, and also Mir Jafar. The word he made friendship with him and instructed him to be what he called neutral between Sirajuddaulah army and English army, not to wage war more and to be neutral. So that time, because of his help, okay, who was he? Mir Jafar, and they gave them some, like, they showed them some greediness, like if they win the war, they would make Mir Jafar as the Nawab of Bengal. So because of that greediness, no, even the merchants also, that they will be giving business for them and all that, because that greediness they had lit in them, because of that they went fallen and they supported Mir Jafar, and the local rich merchants of Bengal supported the English people, and because of this, what happened? Sirajuddaullah's army was completely defeated. Okay, so and what was the outcome of this war? Okay, outcome of Battle of Plassey. So what happened here? The Diwani rights. Okay, here part of it, some exclusive Diwani rights were given. The rights means in the sense to have business. All some few rights of business were given to them. Okay, so what happened? The outcome of this one was that one by one I'll tell you. Yeah, the first one was that the war brought, yeah, it brought immorality. Immorality means there was no, like, not given much importance for the morals or anything, like no patriotism towards their place or nothing like that. They cheated the emperor, Nawab. And next, disunity among the people, among the people, and Mir Jafar was made as Nawab of Mir Jafar was made as Nawab of Bengal. Please note down this outcome of Battle of Plassey, children. As and then I'm writing, I already instructed you maintain a notebook for writing the points. Next. Next is next one, the company gained exclusive rights. Yeah, few rights were given some special rights were given to East India Company. EIC means East India Company. Okay. Next, what happened? Next one was Mir Jafar had to pay 17 crores as war compensation. Yeah, 17 crores and 7 lakhs to Siraju Dowla. Okay, and he was made the Nawab. This was the outcome of Battle of Plassey. What was the outcome? The reasons for Battle of Plassey is misuse of dastaks, then mending of Calcutta Fort, then the third one is Black Room tragedy. So dastak means, you know, it is a permission for trading with East India Company in India. Okay, next. Next is mending of the fort. Without the permission, they started placing cannons there, and the English were keeping cannons there. Even after the order of Sirajuddaula, they did not remove it and started repairing the fort without the permission of the of Nawab Sirajuddaula. Then what happened? Black Room tragedy. What happened? 146 Englishmen were put into a dark room, very congested place, and that room was very small, and because of that 126 Englishmen died. This enraged the English, and Irkut, what happened? He took the help of the local rich merchants of Bengal and also Mir Jafar, who was a military general of Sirajuddaulla's army. And later on, what happened? He took and he told him, Irkut told him to be neutral between English and this one. And so because of these reasons, Sirajuddaulla army was defeated, and the results of that was that few rights, special rights were given to East India Company for trading. Then Mir Jafar paid 17 crore 7 lakh to Sirajuddaulla as war this one compensation. And next, what happened? Mir Jafar was made the Nawab of Bengal after Sirajuddaulla. And also mainly what happened? Their immorality was there. Because of this immorality and disunity was started, okay, among the people. So now, next we will go to Battle of Buxar. So with this, Bengal comes under the control of the Britishers. So Bengal came under the control of the Britishers. Next, we will go to Battle of Plassey. Battle of Plassey. Here what happened? After Mir Jafar was made the Nawab of Bengal, what happened? He was very efficiently, actually, he was administrating, but even then he became a puppet like between the East India Company and the and its employees. He was made like a puppet, and when he was ruling very efficiently, and he came to know about the misuse of this dastaks and all. So even though he knew what happened when he was doing very efficiently all this one, so the British, when anyone, Nawab or anybody who is ruling very efficiently, this cannot be tolerated by the Britishers because they cannot play cards here. Okay, so that's why what happened. They started pointing out him and what portraying him as very inefficient. Though he was very efficient administrator, even then they pointed out him and portrayed him as a very inefficient. And his cousin was Mir Qasim. Mir Qasim was made as after Mir Jafar. Okay, here what happened? Even though even though Mir Jafar was very efficient administrator, the Britishers posed him inefficient. And what happened? They made Mir Qasim, his one of his cousin, as uh, Nawab of as Nawab. Okay. So then they made Mir Qasim as Nawab of Bengal. And what happened? Mir Qasim knew about the cunningness and about the greediness, everything, and how they were misusing the Dastaks, everything. What Mir Qasim knew it, and how they dethroned Mir Jafar also. They came because of their cunning plan and all was known to Mir Qasim. So Mir Qasim, what he does, he plans to what he call to uh, to attack the English people and throw them away. So what happens? Three dimension. In three ways, he starts attacking the Britishers. So which one was that one? After verification, no, he joins again. He brings Mir Jafar and then joins hands with Shah Alam II, the Mughal emperor, with his help, and also Siraju, and one more who was the Mughal Shah Alam II and Nawab of Awadh. Okay, this Nawab of Awadh here Shiraju Dola. Okay, his name was Shiraju. So who were the three? Mir Jafar's help he will take. Then Shah Alam II, who will be the Mughal emperor in here. And next Shah Alam II. Then he will take the help of Shiraju Dola. He will be emperor of Awadh. Awadh is here. Okay, this Awadh. Okay, Bihar, Awadh. So it will be confused here. Awadh and Mir Qasim, what happens? He comes to know, he verifies misuse of dastaks. Okay, he verifies the misuse of dastaks. Then what happens? After verification, he brings back Mir Jafar. Then also joins hands with Shah Alam II and Shirajuddaulah. Nawab of Awadh. Okay, and three armies together, they attack English. They attack English army. But even though they couldn't withstand, three army together also, they couldn't withstand with the army of English, and they couldn't bear that one. So what happened in Battle of Buxar? Sorry, this is Battle of Buxar. Yeah, Battle of Buxar. What happens? Mir Qasim army will be defeated, and next, even though he will join after verification of misuse of dastaks, also he will come to know about the cunningness of the Britishers and all, and he will join. He brings back Mir Jafar, and then also joins hands with takes the help of Shah Alam II, then the Mughal emperor, with him his army and Shirajuddaulah, Nawab of Awadh, three together, a combined forces will attack the English army. But what happened? They will be unable to withstand the force of the power of the English army, and they will be defeated. So with this, what happened? When they are defeated, this Bihar, Awadh and Bengal, that is northeastern side, will, after this Carnatic region, this northeastern side will be will directly go under the control of the Britishers. And next, what happened? Shah Alam II, the main emperor who will be for whole India, no, he will be giving all the Diwani rights of Bengal to the English people, all the rights of the trading. Now, no more dastaks and all. Directly, the English people will have control over the Bengal. And next, all the Diwani rights will be given. And next, now we'll one by one, we will write the outcome of Battle of Buxar. Outcome is outcome is Shah Alam II will give Diwani rights of Bengal. The next, whole of Awadh, Bihar, Bengal will go into the hands of the English, that is Britishers. And The last one is that with the death of Mir Jafar, the company will give pension to the administration of his son. Okay, with death of Sirajuddaula, no, who will be the first Nawab of employed by what you call will be given the Nawab place by the English people Sirajuddaula. For him, they will be giving the pension. Okay, pension to his son. Mir Jafar's son will get the pension, and next they'll be giving pension, and moreover, whole of this place will come under the control of the Britishers. And here, Robert Clive, okay, Robert Clive, what he will do, then the general, military general of English after Irkut, who will be there, what happens, he will implement dual government system. Okay, Robert Clive. Of English will implement dual government system. Very important this one. Dual government system. With this now, the administration and all will be in the hands of the respective Nawab. But whole of this treasury and revenue, all that money matter will be under the Britishers' control. Okay, administration only in the hands of the respective Nawab, but the other thing like revenue, tax and treasury and all maintenance and all will be in the hands of the Britishers. With this, I end up this unit 1 of history, and next class I will start with unit 2. Okay, that is British rule in India will be started. Okay, how they again, how all the wars, Maratha wars and Mysore wars and Sikh wars and all is given. But whatever that is in the next unit.